Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my Wonderful World tea and biscuits. Well, what can I say? Tea and biscuits are my favourite. I did make this project, would you believe, back in, I believe it was 2019. I did write it down on my notepad, wherever that's gone. Oh, here it is. Where was it? Sure, I wrote it down. Yes, April 2019. So it's a seriously old project, but one that I've not really made again. And the previous one that I made held your tea bag at the front, but I've made this one so it actually holds two. So 2 teas, 2 biscuits. What else is better? I've also amended it so that it will hold these gorgeous biscuits too. So Wonderful World, yes, that is the DSP and stamp that is a celebration item. So these, again, well used, well loved. 120 euros or £90 spend to get these. They come as a duo. You cannot buy one or the other. They come as a 2-pack. But as you can see, beautiful flowers here. It is cling. But they are really pretty. I'm not sure if my cards have filtered through yet, because I do my videos and my filming and things and my cards on different days, so I have no clue what day is anything goes out. So yeah, so this is the fabulous stamp. This is the DSP, which is another one that I have totally fallen in love with. It's so pretty. Again, as you can see, so it's Starry Sky, really pretty, and I just love this. I mean, I wouldn't have it as wallpaper. I think that would be too far, but I do really like it. So we've got this gorgeous pattern and then really pretty green. We've got larger images here, fussy cutting, perfect. They are just really nice. Gorgeous Starry Sky as well. I love this. I am a very traditional girl, I guess. I do love nature and flowers, and certainly these two, just I love. I think it's just divine. Really pretty. I love the colour combinations. Really bright yellow, which is again the one I've used here. I'm not sure if the yellow complements the green when you use it like this and you can see both sides, but hey ho. Rich Razzleberry, I believe, is the, yes, so this is Rich Razzleberry, and then beautiful repetitive pattern here with the flowers. Again, another gorgeous pink collection there with the Rich Razzleberry on the back, and then whoops, some smaller images on this sheet here with this lovely pink Melon Mambo on the back. So the colours that coordinate with this are Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Orchid Oasis, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Razzleberry, Sahara Sand and Starry Sky. Just gorgeous. I do love them. Okay, so I haven't used the stamp on this project. I've actually used the sentiment from Simply Succulents. I try and use stuff that we've had either a while or is something that would be a staple with a lot of people. So as I say, I've gone with this, and I've gone with the double oval punch here to just to decorate. And these little flowers, OMG, so these are new to me. They're new in the annual catalogue. Flowers adhesive back trinkets. They're really heavy. I couldn't believe how heavy they were, but they are really, really pretty. And as I said, they're quite thick too. But yeah, I love those, so I thought I'd have to use those too. So anyway, let's make this. So I am going with the Starry Sky one this time with the green. So I think this will work okay, but let's see. DSP 9x8. 22.5 by 19. No crazy measurements. I haven't done a centimetre one. As I've explained before, if I do something that is very simple in terms of 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inches or whatever, I then work them out with my centimetres. So it's never So 1.5 inches for me, or should I say, yeah, 1.5 inches. So if I measure it, it's not exactly 4 centimetres, but that is how I will work it. So it does work the same way. Okay, so DSP. If you have a pattern, as I have here, your long measurement, so the 9 inches, 22.5 centimetres, is the way your pattern wants to run. So this is the long side, okay? So you need to simply score your long side at 3 and 6 inches, 7.5 and 15 centimetres. Rotate clockwise, it doesn't actually matter, but rotate clockwise, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3 3/4 inch, 4 1/4, 7 and 7.5 inches, and in centimetres that will be 1, 2, 9, 10, 17 and 18. Sometimes I wish that I just worked in centimetres because it actually seems a lot easier. Okay, let's fold and burnish our score lines. And I think I've spoken too much of tea and biscuits because I think my stomach is going to rumble and I clearly need a cup of tea. So, fold that one. And I also need to charge my battery on my camera because I have a horrid feeling that that may run out, and I am not having a repeat performance of what happened the other week when my video just cut out, even though I thought we were still filming. Okay, so we've done all of that. No, I've missed one. We've done all of our folding and burnishing. Okay, so it is a equal equal scoring. So you've got 3 panels here, and then you've got the thinner sections top and bottom. So it is the same on all sides. So we're going to do some cutting. So the first thing we're going to do, in your 4 corners, you've got the 2 folds here. We're going to take these 2 sections away and just leave this centre one. So from the edge, you're going to cut down past the first score line to the second, and then you're going to cut across the top here. So you're cutting away the double score line there. I'm going to repeat this side. So down to the second score line and across. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So again, cut away that corner, down to the second score line and across. Take your time with this because you want your edges to be neat and tidy. Okay. Once we've done that, we need to create some folds here. So you want to flip it over onto its back, if you like. Excuse me. Oh no, sorry, I tell a lie. We don't. We do need to do some cutting first. So we've now got this shape with our 2 bits, top and bottom. So you also have the thin strip in the centre. Left hand side, you're going to cut this bottom score line. So as you've got this square here, okay, you're going to cut across the bottom score line just as far as the vertical score line. It will become clear in a second, and then you're just going to cut up to that. So you're actually creating a little tab just here, okay? This side, on the right hand side, you're going to cut the top score line. Okay, so we're going to go across to the top score line to there, and again cut down. Okay, so what you've now got is that. Okay, so you're basically just doing alternates. The reason for that is when we fold this around, the piece without the tab folds in. Same on that side. This will fold under and round, and then your front piece will fold under there, and this one will fold over and under there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I will do it slowly again in a moment, but for the meantime, you just want opposites in your cutting. Okay, now we can flip it over. So my original one, I scored then I wasn't sure it worked very well. So what you need to do, start with the one with your tab at the bottom. What you want to do is bring this corner over, but make sure this line runs parallel with your scored line. Okay, as I said, I did score this previously, but it just doesn't really work. So I thought freehand this one and see how it pans out. So that now is level with the bit I've scored. Okay, get your bone folder and give that a good burnish. I'm actually going to rotate and repeat that now. So that's the one I did. Now this one has the tab. I'm going to repeat that again. So I'm just going up to the line, the score line, making sure it's level, and then folding it. Now you will notice that you've got a tiny bit here that obviously it's not going corner to corner, but that's fine because you, excuse my stomach, you can't see it. Okay. This one now is exactly the same, but this pretty much goes corner to corner. You just need to make sure that you line this one up with the base. Okay, so again, you've got a very small bit here, so you just want to line this up here. And I'm going to do the same with this one. And I actually think this works better than scoring. And I want to explain to you why. If you look at this one, if you look very carefully, look, you can see where my score lines just don't work because, my measurement's probably off, but I find this works better. Okay, as I said, so now we've done that, we need to adhere these triangles down. Wet glue, dry glue, whatever glue you want to use. Just pop some on. Fold it down. I'm going to hold that one in place while I put some on this one. Fold it down. Again, you can add some weight to this and wait for your adhesive to dry because you're not in any rush, like, well, not rush, but time is of the essence, shall we say. So I'm going to pop that one down there. Okay, so as you can see now, they're stuck down, perfect. And this is where you then start to make your folds. Okay, so fold without a tab goes in first. Again, it doesn't hurt to reinforce your burnishing on these because it just keeps it a bit crisper. This one will go over, okay, and this one has that little tab, but I want to add a little bit of adhesive here just to hold that down. So I'm going to run a small piece across there, but I'm also going to put some on that tab now, and I'm going to fold it over, and then they will adhere like so. You can do it upside down or you can turn it round, but you're going to repeat that again. So this one over and burnish, this one over, burnish, and then add a strip of adhesive. Okay, and then you might need to trim just a little bit of DSP if it overhangs. It'll only be a tiny piece if it does. And then you're going to fold this now back on itself almost. Okay, now if you want to, you can fold it up one way and then fold it that way, and again reinforce that bottom bit, but you've now got your two folds. Of course, where the DSP joins, that generally is the back, and then these will just fold sort of concertina outside and inside, and I think I do prefer the green with this one. Okay, so we need to punch our holes for our ribbon. So again, me being me, I just eyeball this. It's the second piece here that you're punching. If you want to punch this top part, you can do, but I find this adds a little bit more, it's more solid and holds your biscuits a bit better. So I went with, when I lined this up, I kind of went with the edge of, went with the edge of the DSP, so where the pattern sort of changes. Actually flip it over, and then that one there, and I used the lovely metallic woven ribbon. So that's the Starry Sky. So I have a strip of my gorgeous ribbon. Now again, little tip, pop your biscuits in first. And I'll tell you how I know this. When I made this one, I put my ribbon in, tied it up, and then when I went to put the biscuits in, I realised that it was too tight because it actually doesn't quite fit. But that's why I did it this way, because I didn't want my biscuits to fall out. So this kind of makes it a little bit sturdier, I guess. Just I think my tummy's going to rumble again. Definitely tea and biscuit time for me. I did have my breakfast, but I have been quite busy as well, so I've burnt my breakfast off already. Right, so again, just sort of make sure your ribbon ends are the same distance, and again I go back into my good old-fashioned pegs or clips, whatever you have to hand, just to hold this in place whilst you tie your bow. And again, this is sort of what I was saying about putting your biscuits in first, because at least then you have some resistance as well. Okay, not the best bow, but we'll roll with it. Trim off those ends. And then my tea bags, take those off. My tea bags, they will fit. Let's do the back where the bow's not in the way. They will fit this way, but they sit a little bit proud. So I found turning them sideways, they still fit, but they do actually sit further down. And I actually prefer them that way. I think it just sort of gives you more, you can see more of the DSP as well, which is always good. So just slide that in there. And then your last bit of decoration. So double oval punch, my flowers and some cards. So I've gone with Mossy Meadow for my scalloped circle. And I've got some white clearly that I used before for the white one. Let's save that delightful punch for later. I'm going to pop dimensionals on there, and that can already go on the front here. And then I just need my Simply Succulents, and I'm going to stamp in, look, I don't know if this will look strange, Starry Sky, blue and green. It's not usually the right combination, is it? But we'll try it. Oh bother. Good job it has two sides. That's better. So I'm just going to use a little bit of seal on this. Pop that onto there. And then my gorgeous flowers, which are just divine. And there you have it. There is, or are, my wonderful world tea and biscuits. Thank you for joining me. Hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you all very soon.